On today's show, we head to Sydney Dragway out at Eastern Creek as the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars roll into town for another dose of nitro-burning warfare down the Eastern Creek quarter mile. Then we wind the clock back to the 2019 edition of the Yokohama World Time Attack Challenge, where RP968 attempts to defend its crown against the world's best tuning houses in the ultimate battle against the clock. And later in the show, we head across to France and to Lens-en-Vercors near Grenoble in the French Alps for the penultimate round of the 2019-20 Andros Trophy. This is Speedweek.
Speed. No other form of motorsport attains the terminal velocity of nitro-burning drag cars. (5,000 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. The acceleration of these flame-throwing monsters beggars belief. 0 to 100 in less than a second. Across the finish, approaching 450 kilometers per hour. That mind-bending warp of pace covers 400 meters, distance of an Olympic running track, in only 5.5 seconds. Don't be fooled. There is nothing funny about these cars. Returning to where it all began back in 2013, it's the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars. Massive crowd walking through the gates at Sydney Dragway. Perfect conditions, perfect weather to fire up some nitro here out in Eastern Creek. And the fans are meeting their favourite drivers. A great chance to get down for the pit party. What a great initiative this is. Benny Bishop bringing us all the action before we light up the nitro flames.
What's your favourite funny car?
Oh, it's got to be One Bag Kiwi, definitely.
Oh, I can tell the accent.
Yep, definitely. Flew over today to watch it.
And you've even got the T-shirt.
Yep, of course, all three of us do.
What's your favourite?
Bag Kiwi.
The Terminator.
Oh, really? Because of the movie?
Yes, I just like the paint job in the picture.
Could you do your best I'll be back?
I'll be back.
Let's boogie.
Let's boogie. Why is that your favourite?
Because I like to boogie and it has the word boogie on it.
It's got to be one of the Fords at least. You know, the Mustang here.
What about your son here? He's obviously a Ford fan as well. Which is your favourite, buddy?
All of them.
The Sheriff over there.
The Sheriff. The wheel stand?
The wheel stand, absolutely.
You'd give it a crack?
All day long.
2 wheels, 2,000 horsepower, you'd give it a go?
All day long.
Because it's a really cool police car and it's got fire coming out of it.
What's your favourite car?
The Red Devil.
Red Devil.
Have you sat in the Red Devil yet?
No.
Want to have a sit in it?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Nitro, it's a wonderful, wonderful beast. Long lost relative of TNT. Let's fire these things up and go racing again. Here comes the Red Devil.
Look at the steerwork in the car for Shane Olive in the Red Devil. Took the win in round number 1 and did it with a 5.69. We'll want to step it up, want to hop up the tune-up, and definitely against this guy, Paul Massinio, the dark horse, who also struck through for a win, albeit with a 5.8 second pass. It's amazing to think all that nitro fuel that Morris was talking about just before, Chad, that most of it's gone when they get to the finish line and 6 seconds later, or less, ideally.
Both these guys on 3 points. Important matchup.
They're sounding fat. Love it.
The clutch spark underneath. The dark horse, and he might turn this into a big win. Early shoots, doesn't matter. 5.67. And the upsets continue, looking for his first podium in 11 events. It's been a long time between drinks, but the dark horse might be back.
Ballistic as always, these cars both running over 400 kilometres an hour. Think about it, 400 metres, 400 kilometres an hour, and that is what it looks like.
That was nice and close to the centre line for the Red Devil. Good drive job. Early shoots out with a 567. Not of approval from the crowd. Dark Horse going on through the maximum 6 points.
On board now with the Terminator, Justin Walsh. A very sharp operator in the world of drag racing and very capable in the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Series, Emma Begley. So both these competitors did not strike a win in round one, so it's really important here they get those 3 points to be in the mix for a top 3 result at the business end of this event at Sydney Dragway.
Yeah, probably unrealistic that you'll go on to win the event after losing round one, but definitely still a chance at a podium. Need to win your next 2 races and win that 3rd race convincingly, because low ET counts in the final round. What a cool venue this is. Purpose-built for drag racing, been racing here since 2004.
Steering the car in with the right hand on the brake. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? I've got 5,000 horsepower, in excess of 400 cubic inches, and I'm going to use my right hand to try and butt this car into the start line nice and tidy. And that is an art and a technique all to itself, is aligning these cars correctly. It's not just roll it up, we're racing in a straight line. You want the car to be staged, as they call it in drag racing, or aligned correctly on the racetrack. So you get a nice clean launch and leave, and hopefully the win light.
Well, big advantage. Doesn't even matter now because one car gets to the finish line, and it's the Terminator who's going to go marching on through on 4 points to the final. That is a really nice run.
Just having a look at what happened to Emma Begley there. And just a lot of smoke off the start line, just didn't hop up. And yeah, just got ugly from the get-go. That's a rarity in the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Series.
I love how you can hear it reverberating around the venue. It's like a valley here at Sydney Dragway. Such a cool spot for nitro racing.
The thing we love about this series, it's a mums, dads, kids show. It's a family environment and a family show, but it is spectacular. You get the nitro flames, you get the sound, you get the fury.
And the other part of this show is coming to Sydney soon. It's going to feature this guy, Maurice McMillan, who's about to go toe-to-toe with LA Hooker and Anthony Begley. We've already seen his daughter in this round. But yeah, this is pretty cool. We've got Maurice McMillan, who we're on board with right now. He's going to feature soon at the World Fuel Altered Challenge, September 21. That's going to be really cool. And that's going to feature 10 cars, including the famous Rat Trap, Ron Hope from USA.
And this is the story of the tough beat for both of them. Hooker went 573 in the first round. One back Kiwi 580, so both are keen to get a win light. Both are green. That tells us they got away cleanly. They're quick.
Oh, another awesome drag race. 5:57. Had to chase him down, get the win. The wife's happy. Maurice McMillan in the chance potentially for a podium, especially if he drives like that in round 3.
Gee, they were really tight for much of that one as we ride on board with Maurice McMillan ripping to the finish line. Look at the clutch sparks. Wow. New transmission in that car too.
Big Goodyear tyre scrunching up with the pure torque. Head of flames, speed, that's what 400 clicks looks like. Oh man, what a drag race. That's what this series is about. That's what it does.
Just enjoying that one again, seeing Josh Lay steer the car down in the burnout. And it's Lay versus Lay. No, it's not a lawyer's firm and it's not an accounting company. It's father and son, a marquee matchup here in round 2.
Now, Stormtrooper on 3 points, Bandit on 1. So a win over his son today would push him through to the final in contention for the round win.
But you look at the elapsed times of both in round number 1, despite the non-win result for Josh, he was pretty much toe-for-toe in performance. So on paper, Oh, picking a winner is going to be very, very difficult.
Waiting for these two cars to bump into full stage. Can't go until both those lights are lit. Reaction time advantage to the younger version, and despite the fact the flames go out slightly early, it's still a 5:58 beats a 5:67. We are just rolling through these side-by-side runs tonight. Wow.
Both cars busy, particularly in the middle part of the racetrack. Josh got a little close to the wall, but steered it back into that stickier, darker part of the racetrack and gets it done. Both cars well over 400 kilometres an hour once again. Fantastic.
Man, this has been a tough night to put two wins together, but if anyone's going to do it, it's this man on a hat trick. Get a little bit sideways in that 57 Chev in the burnout. Here comes Avenger. He's had a pretty good run so far, but up against Rick Gorsey, this could be endgame for the Avenger.
The Dodge Avenger was the standout performer for a lapse time performance in round one. Went into the 550s, but we all know it, don't we? The Nitro Express, you give this team and Graham Cowan, the man on shot right now, an opportunity to assess the conditions. There's a bit of water in the air. The conditions, though, are good here in Sydney, and we've seen that so far with so many quick passes, the final adjustments being made. There's not a lot of data on board for these drivers, is it? It's all about the raw fundamentals, the way we love it.
Avenger looked to be pointing slightly to the centre line there. Need these things pointed dead straight. It's about an 18 centimetre hop from pre-stage into full stage. And here we go. Oh, getting near the centre line and oh so close to the centre line. Nitro Express with a low 51. That is one of the quickest side-by-side passes ever. But was it legal? He did get the win light. Let's have a look.
Man, did a track over to the centre line hard. Oh, so close to the centre line. And both cars, 550s. That is exhilarating entertainment from the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars on board. And you can see just the Express.
How did he miss that centre line? It's fair and legal. He'll go through on 6 points, and incredibly, only two drivers, Paul Massinio and Rick Gorsey, Dark Horse and Nitro Express, are going through on the full amount of points. What an awesome round of racing. Starter motor connected to the supercharger, and we tick on over into the final round. Fire up some more nitro, and now it's our chance to lower the body and also crown a champion at the end of the night.
So the entire field, Chad, you want to know how tight and tough the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car show at Sydney's been? The two Begleys, be it Emma and her father, are the only two that can't get on the podium. Everybody else in this field is in contention for a Rocket Billet trophy tonight. That is how tough, how tight this show has been today.
And the only matchup that you'd possibly call a dead rubber is a really cool opportunity to watch father versus daughter. We've had father versus son, and now this. LA Hooker and Anthony Begley about to go and pre-stage toe-to-toe alongside his daughter. What a cool moment this is. So father versus daughter. And for Let's Boogie with Emma, just 20 years of age, studying to be a nurse. We saw what Josh does in his spare time and his weekends. Well, the Monday to Friday also looks very different for this young lady.
So the game is here. We serve up all cars in each and every round. 3 points for the win, 1 point for the loss. As we've said, this is the only pair that can't actually strike the podium in this final round. Everything else for the rest of this round is up for grabs, but there's pride, there's probably a little bit of ego up for grabs between father and daughter, two very fast race cars.
Emma's got the reaction time advantage on the old man, but with a 5.62, it's LA Hooker who scores some points to finish off the night. But that is a really cool moment. Side-by-side fives. The team are happy. That was cool.
Both drivers really busy. I've got to say, Emma did a terrific job in Let's Boogie. And they were tight to half track, big head of flames. a great fire and nitro show here in Sydney.
Yeah, she's not afraid. That car was wobbling all over the place and she did not lift. You can tell because the flames stayed lit. Nice drive, but today it's advantage Dad. He must be a very proud dad as well down in the deep end.
Well, it looked like the car got out of the hole pretty well. So I saw Em was actually looked like she was in front of me there at one stage, which was the same as the last meeting. So I just held it on and wrung it out and just hoped for the best. And hopefully she did the same.
She did. She held it flat all right. Wanted to beat Dad, but not today. Shane Olive and the Red Devil now. And from here on, it's for trophies. And a reminder, the tiebreaker scenario, nice burnout from the Red Devil, is ET, so you've got to be quick, Dean.
It's not just about getting the win light and getting the job done at the finish stripe in these flame-throwing machines. You've actually got to get there quickly and post a time that's going to be tough to beat. That will be the tiebreaker in this all-important third round, as Knight has well and truly descended on Sydney Dragway. Always the trick here too is dealing with the water and the moisture in the air and the little bit of dew, so the teams would have been working overtime just to make sure they get the tune-up and the balance right. You've got 5,000 horsepower, flame-throwing, nitro burning, mechanical chaos to deal with, so it's really important you get the tune-up right, the setup right, and get that win line.
Change of fuel pressure onto what we call the high side with the left hand. Visor down, let's race. Wow, that's a rarity. Shane Olive going nowhere. Haven't seen that in a while. And in the other lane with a 565, Stormtrooper stakes his claim for a podium.
He's put the flag on the hill. There it is, 565. Gee, unusual result for Red Devil. Just, up in smoke, but the balance all out of whack there. Yes, the vibration.
We're very happy. We ran 560s all day, 250-something mile an hour all day. I got to run my son in the second round, which was just incredible. I think my son's coming down next, which, we're a family affair. My daughter drives the wheel stander for Graham. So, any day at the track with the Cowan family racing and all our families together is just something else.
Although you don't get flames in the burnout. Probably noticed that. That's because there's no load on the engine when the tyres are spinning like that. And this will be, again, for the potential third step on the podium. The scenario, light the win light, go quicker than a 565.
It's about containing things somewhat in the burnout procedures and just settling and sorting out the car before they back it up, get it ready for a run down the quarter mile. The Pontiac Trans Am. Distinctive livery, cool looking cars. That's part of the awesomeness that is the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car circuit. And great to see this car starting to show some real potential. It's been a real journey for Justin Walsh to get this car to repeatedly go down the racetrack quick and fast.
Both teams have made their final adjustments to the idle of these beasts. They're ready to send them into stage. Terminator creeping towards pre-stage, ahead of the Bandit.
Time to beat, 565.
Oh, it's not going to happen in either lane. Big pedal, and there goes the timing cone. Still managed to get it to the finish line, but that'll be disqualification and the win going to the Bandit.
So Greg Lay will be happy. He still sits on the podium for now. Man, vicious launch for the Terminator. Wow, and the tyres buzzed up big time. Trying to contain so much horsepower. It's not as easy as it looks sometimes.
This is proof. You said, Dean, that the conditions have changed from earlier in the day, and that window of tuning's just got that little bit smaller. Doesn't mean you can't still run big 550s. It just means finding the right tune-up to do that a little bit more difficult.
Let's face it, Chad, we love seeing the driver hard at work, manhandling these cars. That is what Outlaw Nitro Funny Car action is all about. A bit of chaos and a bit of fun too.
Look, it stood up on the tyres, didn't go very far, but we threw everything at it just to see if it would hold, and truth be known, it didn't. But anyway, got back on it and went blistering through. I saw Justin just at the finish line. I don't think it caught him though. Moving on to the Avenger, who's having a really strong night. Saw that
with low ET in the first round. That's an old school burnout from One Bad Kiwi. There's that echo again around this venue from the burnout. So cool.
From one Trans Am to another. Morris McMillan starting to show some real speed. And needs it. This is a really good matchup. As we said, again, these two are well and truly in the mix for a podium step. The last pair still to come are the pair in contention for the outright event win. That coming up soon, but this, in the meantime, is going to be a fun race. The final adjustments being made as they creep the cars towards the start line area. Two beams, there's a pre-stage beam which indicates to the teams they're close to the actual start line. And as you said before, Chad, when you see both of those light bulbs on the Christmas tree illuminated, they are set and ready. Hand on the brake to the last possible moment. There's so much fire and fury in these cars, no wonder.
Avenger look to labour slightly from the start line, but will still go all the way with a massive run, 5-5-0 from the Avenger. And that was a monster pass in the end. We try and hang on to the side of One Bad Kiwi. Good pass from Morris too, but just got bedded in the other lane.
Great result for Donnelly, and that should safely see him through to the podium step. Well done. The Avenger gets it done at the business end. Speed, plenty of it.
I think we ran a 550 flat, which is pretty good. Moved around a little bit. We're hoping for a 49, but 550 is nothing to be ashamed of.
I'll say.
He's hungry.
Nothing at all.
He's hungry.
So that's great. That'll lock him in the third position. And this is now the fight for first and second. ET, not so much an issue now. Whoever gets the win light will win the event. Paul Messinio, it's been a while, you could say. Going back 14 events. Calder Park in 2016, the last time that we saw Paul Messinio win an event. The weight not quite as big for Rick Gorsey. He's won the last two events.
And he won the first one here, the first time that they lifted the lid on this fantastic series, the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car show, and it is a show. We underline it, highlight it. It is entertainment plus. You get to see all these awesome cars down the racetrack 3 times each and every time they turn up. And the first time we saw it, the Nitro Express car got it done with Rick Gorsey. He is just so consistent, so strong. He's 3 from 4. Will he keep it going? And more importantly, with that man spinning the spanners on this car, what time are we going to see here? Can't wait.
Well, this track has caught out a few people with these conditions, but for Graham Cowan, maybe not him. He knows how to get a car down in any weather. Let's find out what Rick Gorsey's got in store. Or could the Dark Horse live up to the name and give us another big upset? It's a good line for Gorsey. He's walking around again, but he will get there. And man, that is another smashing time. Low ET of the event, 5:42. Does it in style. Nicely done, Rick Gorsey. Nicely done, Graham Cowan. That was big.
The story with the Express is simple. The trickier the conditions, the quicker they go. But that is the way to finish a show here at Sydney Dragway. Flames up, super quick, high speed, ballistic action, entertainment plus. Well done. A great show in Sydney.
The car was an animal this pass. It was just like, wow. Like it felt really, really fast. It felt like it wanted to go to the wall again, and I was fighting it all the way, and then like the hatch broke and fell in front of my sight, and it was all happening in there, but we got it to the end, and yeah, I'm hearing it was quick, so yeah.
Definitely.
Congratulations to everyone, like GC, Graham Cowan, Wendy, the crew, like this car's just unbelievable, and the way they put it together and the way that pass after pass, how we can just keep it going fast, though, is just a credit to everyone.
Well done to Rick Gorsey. That's his 4th event win here. And also congratulations to a few surprise names up on the podium.
Hands together on the Nitro Express, it's Rick Gorsey!
Coming up after the break, we wind the clock back to last year's Yokohama World Time Attack Challenge from Sydney Motorsport Park.